Hello my lovelies and welcome back to my channel. Today is day 4 of our Thistle Sew Along, and I was looking over the instructions like a refresher because I've done this pattern before but I don't know them by heart. And while looking at the instructions I realized that the zipper that I kept talking and showing you on day 1 and the requirement for the zipper is not actually real if you're doing it as per the pattern. So when I did the bag the first time, I hacked it to have that zipper. It didn't actually have a zipper on the top. So you don't have to add the zipper. You can use just a magnetic strap. I remember now why, because I was looking at the bag and it's like, why did I do that? One, because I like to be able to close my bags just for safety reasons. And 2, I don't think I had in my house magnetic snaps when I did the Showtime bag, and because I used spring snap and a zipper, 0 magnetic snap, which makes me think that, like, you know how I do it, I use what I have. So at that point I didn't have magnetic snaps, so I put a zipper and a spring snap. Now this time around I do have magnetic snaps, but I think I'll still put the zipper. It's one extra step, 2 maybe, and I do like to have the safety of the bag that closes. I'll put the magnet so I can show you how it's done in the pattern as well. This way you can use the zipper or not, it's up to you. But if you don't want the zipper, you don't have to add it. The bag will close like a tote. Actually, it is named a tote after all. I should have thought about that. I was convinced that the zipper is in the pattern, but it's actually not. It's just a magnetic closure, and that's fine. It's fine by itself. I just like to have a zipper closure too. So if you see that I'm doing it slightly different than the pattern, that's why. Nothing to worry about. So let's start by creating so there's 2 pockets inside this bag. There's one pocket that's the easiest one. It's a slip pocket. You'll have your 2 pieces that are lining pieces from the same pattern piece that you use for the pocket on the outside, and we're going to place them right sides together and stitch just like we did the pocket outside with sew all around and leave an opening for you to turn it. That's the easiest pocket you can add. And this is actually the only pocket I added on the other bag. And then I was looking at the instructions, I was like, I kept saying they need this zipper, I'm going to use the zipper tape, this zipper ending, and I couldn't find that in the tutorials. Like, when is the designer adding the zipper? No, there's no zipper. There's no zipper. And I knew that at one point, because when I was looking for the sew along pattern, I wanted one that's minimal hardware and super cute. And so I knew in the back of my mind it had no zipper. But then I saw the bag that I made and I saw the zipper, so I figured, okay, it does have a zipper. Nope. Bobbin. Let's see what color are we doing now, because I did not take the time to fill some bobbins. Let's do orange. Orange yellow works. You know, I usually do a disclaimer when I do my sew with me videos on my channel that I am not a professional bag maker. My videos are never meant to replace the designer's videos. I'm just here to sew for fun and show you that it's, as long as you have, say it with me, flexibility, you can get yourself a new bag without costing you an arm and a leg. And as long as you accept that it may not be perfect, you can have fun creating your beautiful bags. And now I've just proved to you that I do things on the spur of the moment. So yeah, I don't think I needed a disclaimer. It shows that I'm not a professional bag maker. A pro would have the bobbin already filled. A pro would check the bobbin to make sure it's not almost done before you start stitching. Many things that a pro would do that I don't do. And that's okay. I have fun. Okay, and a pro would also put yellow in the bobbin. Let's see. I'm going to turn this over and top stitch. We're going to top stitch just the top part. To close this, and then we'll add it to the card. I love this little cart that I can just pull next to me. Okay, let's top stitch, and that will also close the opening. Okay, so your little pocket is ready. Take one of the pieces from your lining, find its center, and place your pocket about 1.5 inches down, or 175, I think, for the front. So I mark this here. It's about 175 from there, from the top. You can eyeball this one. It's the inside pocket, so don't stress. Actually, I'm gonna do lower than that. I'll do 2 inches because I'll have the seam allowance in the zipper pocket there. So I'm gonna go a little lower than that. I'll do 2 inches down. Oops. And you don't want to sew along the top. You want to sew around the pocket. And go slow at the curve. Okay, so your pocket, your patch pocket or slip pocket is added. Let's create the zipper pocket. So for that, you take one of the rectangles from the zipper pocket, and on the wrong side, you want to draw a line that's 1 inch from the top, like this, and then 1 inch from each side. and then you want to draw another line that is half an inch below the first line you took. So you're basically creating a rectangle that is 8 by half an inch by, and I'm using half an inch instead of 3/8 of an inch because I'm using 5-inch zipper, size 5 zipper. So you want to create a rectangle. This is 8, 8. This is half an inch, half an inch. If you're using number 3 zipper, you can do 3/8 of an inch instead of half an inch. And this is 1 inch from each side and 1 inch from the top. Okay? So take this one and center it about half an inch away from the top. I know I'm not following the pattern as it is in the tutorial because the designer first adds that strip, but since I'm adding a zipper, I'll do it afterwards. It's not a big difference. So I'm centering, so this is my center line, this is my center line, and it's about half an inch here at the top, and I'm going to stitch all around that rectangle that we just drew. My pieces are not interfaced because I'm using waterproof canvas. I'm trying to put the needle exactly in that corner. And it's squeaking. I need to oil my machine, I think. So this is what it should look like. You can see it pretty easily now because it's on a blue thread on a yellow background. So this is what you should have stitched right now. Okay, so you want to go about half an inch in and cut your V. So I'll draw it by hand and I'll show it to you, and then we'll cut it. So you want to draw a line along the center. You see, a line along the center, and then a V at each end, and we will cut through both layers. When you get to that V, you're going to go towards the corners as close to the thread as you can get it without snipping your fabric. The closer you get to the corner thread, the crisper will be when you flip it right now. You want to turn your pocket on the other side. If you're using woven, you can give it a good press. If you're using waterproof canvas, it's hard to press. So I like to put a couple of clips just to hold it down while I stitch the zipper. Because I went very close to the corners, they are very crisp right now. I'll show you a close-up in just a second. Give it a good finger press. So this is what it looks like from the back. This is the right side of one of the pocket pieces, and this is what it looks like from the front. Okay. So now take your 8-inch zipper And you want to center the zipper right here and stitch it down. You could use double-sided tape for this step if you want. So what you want to make sure is that the zipper teeth are centered in that opening there. And you're going to stitch all around it. That will also create your zipper stops. Remember to put your zipper pulls on the tape before you stitch the ends. And there you have it. This is how it looks like from the back, with the zipper added. And this is how it looks like from the front, with the zipper pocket. Okay. Now you want to place your other rectangle, the remaining one, right sides together with this one, and I'm going to stitch all around it. You could leave an opening here and birth your bag through it. I'm not going to. I'm going to birth my bag through the bottom of the lining because it's easier. It's absolutely easier. I know it looks prettier when you birth them from a pocket because you won't see the stitching, but I don't care. I want the easy way out, so I will not birth it through the pocket. I will birth it through the bottom part. So I'm going to stitch all around the rectangle and basically create this pocket. I told you I would not learn. Let's stitch all around. Move your lining away. You're not stitching through the lining. You're only stitching through the two layers of the pocket, not the lining. So I go all around, but I move. You see, I move this away. There you go. So this is done. So you have your front, you have your back of the lining. Now you will add the top part. If you don't want to add the zipper, not included in the pattern, you don't have to. You can just simply stitch like you did before on the exterior, like we did yesterday. Right sides together and stitch. I want to add the zipper just to show you a super easy hack to add the zipper to this toe. So I put my zipper tape on, I put my zipper pull on the zipper tape. I think this was like a 23-inch piece. I just eyeballed it because the zipper pull will come out. It doesn't have to be the length of that. So I will open this on one side, on the side that closes. So the zipper goes this way, so I will open it this way and fold it at a 90-degree angle. So I'm going to fold this at a 90-degree angle and stitch it down. And I will show you what I did afterwards so you can see it in a close-up. Again, you don't have to do this step. This is extra if you want a zipper closure to this bag. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Fold it, 90-degree angle, and stitch it down. Like 2 extra steps that again you don't have to do. You qualify for the sew along even if you don't add this. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now. Come on, focus. Okay, so see, a 90-degree angle, and I stitched it down on the sides. So right now I'm taking one of the lining pieces and I'm going to place, not lining, top of the lining. So the top of the lining, I'm going to place this right side down and I'm going to start about 1 inch away from the edge. 1 inch away from the edge, I'm going to put a pin and stitch the tape down. And again, I'm going to stop 1 inch away from the other edge. And here I will just veer it out, like so. See? Instead of doing it straight like this, I will just veer it out a little bit, about 1 inch away. Actually, I'm going to veer it up, sorry. So I'm not going to veer it like this, I'm going to veer it like this. So it goes on the outside of the bag. And it's going to be about 1 inch away. Again, I'll show you after I stitch it so you can see the close-up. And this is right side of the zipper to the right side of the top part, top panel. So that was the extra step, because now I'm going to continue the way the pattern is here. So this is what it looks like. You see? You see the ends? There's about 1 inch away without any. So now take your bottom part and you're going to stitch this right sides together like this, just like the pattern says. From one end beginning to the end. See, that was the extra step of adding that zipper. Okay, keep the zipper veering on the side. this is what it looks like right now. So I'm going to top stitch the seam allowance up exactly like we did for the exterior part. And there you have it, one side. So we're repeating the exact same thing but on the other side. Take your top panel, place it right sides down with the other zipper, tape the other one an inch away. I'm just wanting to make sure it's the same distance as this one. And you want to place them right sides together. And same thing when we get to the end, we're going to veer towards the inside. Like so. Okay? And now you take your other part, the remaining part, and you're going to sew it right sides together. So the bottom and the top right sides together, the zipper is sandwiched in between. See how easy that was? And that was it. Now we're back to all being at the same level. It's super easy to add a zipper to this bag. But again, you don't have to. It's just a personal preference. Okay, let's top stitch up. And now we should all be in the same spot. For your zipper end here, I'm going to remove this because it's a little excessive. It's a little too long. So I don't need all that tail. For the zipper end, you can add a tag, or you can create a zipper end from fabric. I'm going to add one of those metallic zipper ends that I got from Wizardry, simply by sticking it and screwing it on. But I'm not going to do that now. I'll do it later. Okay, so you should have two pieces like this if you didn't add the zipper, or one like I'm holding right now. Let's box the corners or create the pleats just like we did yesterday. And then we'll add the magnetic snap. I know I did this in a different order than the pattern, but the outcome is absolutely the same. If you add the zipper, to be honest, you don't need the magnetic snap anymore. If you want the snap just to have it, for when you don't feel like zipping it up, you can absolutely. Keep in mind that this lining, at least in my case, since I'm using waterproof canvas, is not interfaced in any way. So when you add your magnetic snaps, you will need to add some stabilization on the back. So I'm going to do that now. Grab a pair of magnetic snaps. If you're using cotton woven, you can definitely open your seam allowances and press them right now. Okay, so let's grab the magnetic snaps and the washers. They're so pretty. And again, some Decopil Heavy. You can fuse this on or just lay it there. Find the center of your, okay, before I snag this off, let me put a zipper stop here. Because knowing me, I'll snag my zipper off of it. Okay, find the center of your top part. Okay. And the center of this one. And I'm going to put my snap an inch down from the top. An inch would be enough. Let's see. Plus the seam allowance. Let's do an inch and a quarter. An inch and a quarter down. Okie dokie. And I'm just adding the snaps the same way I did before. One side will get the male part, one side will get the female part. Not complicated at all. And I don't think it matters which side is what. Don't forget to add your washer. All my markings are done with the water-soluble pen. So once I heat it with a little bit of water or the steam of the iron, it's a friction pen, it will disappear. So whatever markings you see here, they won't be there for long. Oops. No, you don't want to do that. You want to put first the snap. The snap prongs. Then the deco wheel. Then the washer, and then bend the prongs. So now you have your trying to not twist the zipper. You have your magnets like so. Gorgeous. Okay, now we're going to sew all around the edge, leaving an opening at the bottom. We need an opening to turn the bag. So mark, put a warning sign or something to stop here. And then stop here. Leave an opening at the bottom. The bigger the opening, the easier will be to be turned. So I just put my markings there. So I don't forget, because I tend to forget to leave my opening and then I have to seam rip it. Not the end of the world, but if you can avoid it, the seam ripping part. And again, I'm trying to keep my seam allowances open to reduce bulk. I'll start at the top. And this is the last step for today. Okay. Where you stop, make sure you backstitch. Then continue on the other end, on the other side, leaving the opening, and start by back stitching. And here, if you added a zipper, make sure that you move it away. You don't want to sew through the zipper. This was the last step for today. You should have something looking like this right now, with or without the zipper. So you have your magneting part, the inside, and there's an opening right here with the zipper pocket, with the patch pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and add my zipper end right now, and I'll snap a picture of my progress. I encourage you to do the same. Check in with your progress under day 4 photo of this sew along album that you'll find in Backstitch Backroom. And I will see you back here tomorrow for the final assembly. Mwah. Bye!